Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back. Um,
To
I
to
don't,
needles and nuances.
yes, that. I hope you know what podcast you're putting on when you put it on. But I don't think we realized that it's been like 2 weeks because we got snow in South Carolina.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, but my child's daycare was closed for a whole week
Oh
because
yeah.
obviously Hilton Head does not know how to handle snow. Like even worse than your area over in Columbia. So having to get home for a whole week is a lot. And then I think we needed I personally needed a whole week to recover, catch up on work, catch up on life, catch up on stitching
Yes.
after that situation.
Ours was closed, of course. They follow the schools. And now I feel like I don't
Right.
know when I feel like when we were kids, if we saw flurries, they were like, too bad, go back, sit back down, no one cares. But now if they even call for flurries here, they're like, school's closed, can't do it. And I guess it's a liability thing. I don't know. I know it's like something about the buses and whatever, but our daycare follows the schools. So if they have a 2 hour delay, so do we. If they close, we close. So they were
So does
closed.
ours. So does ours. Follows the school calendar. And so they were closed on MLK Day, the Monday.
Yep.
Or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
MLK.
that was.
Um, and then they did a half day on Tuesday, early release, or like not even a half day. Noon closing is not a half day, but I got a little annoyed because I don't know about you guys, but here it didn't start snowing until like 8 p.m. I was like, they could have gone to school on Tuesday.
Yeah, they had a noon closing-ish. Almost, I think they planned on noon and then the schools said 10:30. So our daycare was like, you got to come by 11. So we were just all over the place and it started snowing probably snowing. I mean,
Quote unquote.
flurrying. Yeah, it was not anything, but yes, I agree. And we also had our kitchen painted last week during that week of snow. So all of our pantry items, everything's all over our dining room. I still have to put it back together. I know, I know. So it's just been
Well,
one of those weeks. And I was thinking today, because I was like, what am I going to talk? I was like, I always say I'm really tired. And then I'm like, I think tired is synonymous with overwhelmed for me. Because it's not like I want to go to bed. I'm not tired, but I just feel a little
oh,
overwhelmed. So
I want to go to bed.
I don't want to go to bed. I'm okay. I just want to read and stitch and do nothing else, but I can't relax while knowing that my house is in an uproar.
Right.
So I
It's hard
can't,
to
it's
relax
very
when
difficult for me to relax.
or like feel like you can take time to sit and stitch if you have a lot of cleaning to do.
Yeah, I can't do it. I stitch better when I hear the dishwasher running. Or
Or the washing machine.
the
You're
washing
like,
machine,
okay,
yeah.
something's happening. Are
Well,
you,
go ahead.
oh,
Sorry.
I was gonna say, are you stitching right now? What are
Yeah,
you
I was going to
stitching?
ask you what I see you're moving your needle up and down, so I want to know what you're
I
stitching.
am. I was like, why haven't we been stitching while we're doing this? I love stitching and talking. One second. I'll show you. It's probably gonna be a little hard to see just based on the coloring of this piece. Oh no, it's fine. Um,
Oh, that's nice.
this is my dragonfly inside in sign. I can talk today. This is from my line with Atlantic Blue. So Gilmore Girls fans, you obviously need this. Um, I love it. And I needed a sample of it, and I obviously just want to have it. So I have been working on this piece. I used to have a self-imposed rule of one whip at a time, and I have totally broken that now.
It's easy to break.
So I've been like this one based on like the color scheme with like lighter color words on white background. It's like better to stitch in natural light. So this has been like my daytime stitching
Oh,
piece.
nice. Okay.
And then I just finished finally last night. This one was my other whip. It's an Olivia Grace Taylor Swift one. My husband actually got me this for our anniversary last year. So I was like, I should probably stitch this finally. And then I have a
Did
big
you paint
whip.
that gold?
No, this is just silk lame braid.
Oh, I was like, wow, it looks so shiny. Oh my gosh, it's
It's
gorgeous.
so
I
shiny.
love it.
I was looking at it too when I finished. I was like, this like did it was real sparkly.
Yeah,
Like
that's really nice, especially against
so
that light blue.
Yes, I was like, I can't have two pieces of like big white background that I'm working on, and this was a white background, but I did switch it to this. Um, it's Essentials Aqua is what I did for this
Nice.
background. And then I have a large whip as well. I feel like it's fine to have one big whip and one small whip.
Oh, for sure. That's kind of what I do. I take things, the smaller things that I can pack in my purse to work. And so I'll work it on
Mhm.
something during my lunch break. And then I take like the stuff that's on my stand. I can't take to work, obviously.
Right,
So I work on
right.
that in the evenings. That makes sense.
Yeah, you need to have a couple. And, I never know what I'm in the mood for.
Yes. But mine's gotten out of control. So again, back to our goals. My goal is to work and finish on a whip before I pick something up that I have not stitched yet. So whip, whip, new stitch is my plan.
Yeah, I do need to do that. Um, I will say I do try and have, since I try to have one big, one small, but I've also been trying to have one personal, like something from my own stash, and then also one from my line because I obviously want to
Yeah,
stitch
you have
those and I
to.
like to have the
Yeah.
samples. I, like to have the samples of them, but my stash is out of control at this point. It's very large. So I also don't want to neglect it. So I have like,
Yeah.
I bounce back and forth. I like to have one of each going on. So uh,
That's fair. I mean, you have
whatever.
like you have like business obligations. Like that counts.
Not an obligation.
No.
But I again, I have my own stash of glorious. I really want to start on the Taylor Swift outfits from Atlantic Blue, or honestly, maybe do some Christmas stuff here soon so that I can have it
That's
ready
right.
for
'Cause
Christmas.
you finish your own stuff. Because I was going to say, I think you're kind of pushing the Christmas deadline already with various. I've heard various stores. I hear May is a common one for Christmas deadlines, but
Yeah.
I think like February has a couple too. If you want it for Christmas 2025.
Yeah. So I, this is a great kind of segue. I feel like we kind of wanted to talk about seasonal stitching today. I
Mm-hmm.
do finish my own stuff. Um, I do want to learn how to finish a stand up for some of my things, but I will say I have some pieces that I'm going to start on that I will want to send off to a finisher. Like I think I mentioned this last week, but like my lay point
The Christmas
village pieces, Christmas
Village. Yeah.
village, I will send those off to a finisher.
I
Like
think
I
that's
want I
fair.
want those to be like good. But if
Heirloom quality.
right,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right. I mean my finishing is getting better, but that's something
I
that I
mean,
feel
that's
is
fair.
different.
Yeah.
But if I want something for Christmas, just an ornament round. Like I'll finish that myself. So I might work on it in the spring so that I know I have time to get it finished before Christmas, like in my
Mm-hmm.
own imposed deadline, since I do also have a bad habit of saving all my finishing till the end of the year. I need to do
I feel
like
like
quarterly finishing.
with your stand up, I mean, as your goal for your stand up finishing, like you don't want to practice on your
Absolutely
village,
not.
Yeah. Like I don't
No.
want to do that either.
I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
practice on something that is just like low key for my own personal, well, the Christmas village is for
No,
myself,
I
but
know. Well,
like
I mean, you want your daughter maybe to have that someday. So I mean, you want it to be to where,
absolutely.
yeah,
Like, I get it if she doesn't want to keep every single one of my Taylor Swift ornaments, but if she doesn't keep those Christmas villages, I'm gonna be pissed.
yeah. Oh, that's understandable. That's completely understandable. That's why
Yeah.
part of me, I'm grateful that I know how to finish like a round ornament or something, but like I'm totally fine with sending. And I know it's expensive and it's not like I send off a bulk and I'm like, oh, whatever. Like I have to plan, I have to budget for that kind of thing. But I don't mind sending stuff off just because it's just like not my thing anymore. I never really took to it, didn't really like it. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I don't have time.
Right. It is time consuming. I was talking to Joanna Kennedy, Stitch Story, Needlepoint, after she listened to our last episode and she was like, I support Lillian's uh
I'm
declaration of quitting, giving up on
doing it.
finishing. She's
I'm
like,
doing
I hate it too.
it. Yeah, one
So
of my
I think,
friends here and locally was like, I'm going to take this finishing class this day. And I was like, And of course we always talk about stuff we want to take and maybe do it together. And I was like, I think you're on your own with that one. I just don't want to.
Not for
So
me, not for
I'm
me.
okay with that. Yeah. But it is nice, we've talked about it. One of my friends had a baby shower a couple of years ago, and I wanted to give her a little something for her baby, and I was able to do it
Right.
and finish it somewhat quickly.
In a
I
pinch.
didn't have to wait, months and months and months, which was great.
Right. Like I found a canvas the other week that I was like, oh, I want to make this for my mom. This could be cute for Mother's Day if I could get it like stitched in time. But I obviously don't have time to stitch it and send it off before Mother's
No,
Day.
no
So
way.
like it's
Right.
helpful for those kinds of things where like I know I can do it.
Yeah.
Um, but
Which
it's
I'm
not.
okay with. I'm okay with settling for that. For me personally, I'm okay with settling for that.
Can you show us what you are stitching?
Yes, I'm just about to start this Morgan Julia Dirty Martini.
Oh,
Very
cute.
cute. I'm in the planning stage right now.
What are we
So
thinking?
I don't know. I've seen it like floating around, and I saw it on Pinterest too. This martini, it looks like a martini glass stitch, and it's like a background stitch.
I
So
have seen that,
I feel
yes.
like I want to finish this into a square and do that martini stitch as the background, which I think would be kind of
Ooh.
snazzy. Um, and I might try padding for the first time. I've never done that before. My mom says it's really easy, which coming from her, I don't know if I trust that because she's so good at everything. And I'm like, right, but it's easy for me. So I don't know. I thought about trying to pad the olives.
Can you
We'll
tell us
see.
about that for those who might not know
Yes, so
that technique?
padding gives the illusion. It's like a 3D, like it looks like if someone had just placed like a little pearl and stitched over the pearl, like a padding. So it like kind of
Oh,
raises up from the canvas. Um, as I understand it, you just kind of, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong, because I was messaging with one of my other friends who's also in South Carolina, but she moved away, and she and I were really good needlepoint friends before all of this. Like this is before I had my stitching Instagram, like all this stuff. She's really, really talented. And she was telling me that I think it's basically you just kind of satin stitch on one direction and then and you keep doing it so it raises up, and then you satin stitch the other direction. So if I satin stitched, I would satin stitch vertically to raise it up, and then to cover it, I would satin stitch horizontally to complete the stitch, and it would look like raised off of the canvas in the shape that I want it to be. I could be wrong.
okay.
I've never done it before, and so I think someone please correct me if that was wrong. But it would be interesting to do that for the olives, to have them
I think
raise
that'd
up
be
off of
so
the
cute.
canvas.
So
So
cute.
we shall see. And if worse comes to worse, I will bead the little pits in the olive and call it a day.
I mean, that would still be cute too.
Yeah, that would be cute too. So I just thought I'd give it a shot. So we'll see.
I maybe Lillian will film a tutorial for all of us
Oh,
on her padding
maybe.
journey. I didn't mean to rope you into that, but you should at least keep us updated on how it turns out.
I will.
And
That's not a bad idea. And then I need to call my friend. I won't say her name because I don't know if she wants her name on this kind of stuff, but I would be like, hey, triple checking what you told me. She is so talented. She was needlepointing, like, I mean, like I said, just way before all of this craze. And because I was too, but I was mostly doing basket weave. So I'm still like learning alongside a lot of the new stitchers, but she was doing like
Mhm.
turkey work and I mean, just all kinds of stuff. She's so talented. And
That's
then she moved
amazing.
away. Yeah.
That's sad too,
I
though.
know all my friends move away, Kelsey.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
It's fine.
so
My fear
sorry.
of abandonment did not started launching when all of my girlfriends started moving away after college.
I'm telling you, you just need to move here.
I have begged and begged to move to the low country. I've begged.
It's pretty good over here.
Don't I know it?
I mean, we do get snow apparently now, so that was a dicey couple weeks, but or week, I guess. But
Did you
other than
see
that, it's pretty good.
my son made his first snowman? I posted a picture of it. It was terrifying. But I thought it would be cute because my husband actually, we've talked about it, can paint really well. And so I
Mhm.
asked him if he could paint my son's snowman onto a canvas for me, and I'm gonna try to stitch that. And then so like a little like
That's
first
so
snowman.
cute.
We'll see how it goes. And then I thought about doing like for the back, and this is something I would finish myself because I would get the photo fabric done and
Hmm.
a picture of him on this with the snowman as the backing fabric. So
That's
we'll
so
see.
adorable.
We'll see if that ever comes to fruition, but it's an idea.
That's so adorable. Cece and the Bug just did that recently. I think she shared it on her Instagram. She did the photo fabric
Mm-hmm.
background for one of her daughter's birthday, and it's so adorable. That's
Oh,
a
with the
really good
Barbie Jeep?
idea. No, I think she did
Oh, I saw the
Moana.
Barbie Jeep. Okay.
Someone else probably did the Barbie Jeep
It
too,
was
but I
really
just
cute.
like I
Yeah.
love that. It's such a cute way to like memorialize
Mm-hmm.
um things. I should just do a hiding from the snow canvas, and I'll put a picture of my daughter. I have like a progression series on my phone of her going out into the snow, loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden she's
For
like,
like 10 minutes.
it's too cold, it's too cold. And then she's at the front door, just like, and then next she is literally laying on the bare floor, head on a pillow in front of the fireplace, just like, it's
I
too cold.
get it. I
And I was
totally get
like,
it.
yeah, I know. That's why I don't like it. It's too
That's
cold.
my husband and I honeymooned in New York and we got married in November. So I was like, oh my gosh, we went up there and the weather was so beautiful. It was fall. And I was like, let's move up here for a couple of years. Let's do it. It'll be great. And the day we left, it was like the first freeze of the season. And I was like, this sucks. I got to get back home. This is awful. So I don't think I could handle it. I got to stay south.
Yeah,
And it
I
doesn't
have.
snow.
I did, for those who don't know, I did grow up in Washington, D.C. That's where I lived, like until I went to college. Um, but after college, I did move to Florida for 10 years and then now South Carolina, and I have become quite soft in terms of the weather. I just
Were
can't handle
you
it.
were you in Florida for 10 years after college? That's crazy to think
About
about to me.
almost 10 years, I think, because what I graduated college in 2011, I moved to
Uh-huh.
Florida in 2012. So I guess like 8 years because we
Yeah, but
moved
still,
to Florida in 2020. So I just usually round up and say like almost 10 years. But yeah, it is crazy, isn't it?
that's nuts. That's crazy. Remember when we ran into each other? I went to visit Hilsey.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
fun.
would run into like a lot of random people that I knew from like different paths of life that would be like vacationing in Florida. And I'd be like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, why are you here?
No, it was fun.
Good
But,
times.
you know,
Well,
yeah.
speaking of the snow and winter, you are so pink and pretty. Are you thinking of doing some Valentine stitching are you a seasonal stitcher?
Yes and no. I think I only have actually like one canvas. I'm like looking at what I have up here. I only have really like one. I don't have a ton of Valentine's canvases. I think only one that is Valentine's-y, the heart one from the Penny Lynn Advent Calendar. So I go back and forth.
Okay.
Um, like again, like I said earlier, like I might start some Christmas stitching now for
Yeah.
stuff that I know I want to have as an ornament on my tree this year.
Come Christmas. You're right.
Come like Christmas 2025. So like that has to get done. But I
Hmm.
do like at Christmas time, for example, I do like to have a piece of Christmas that I'm stitching.
Yeah.
Just because it feels fun and festive. But I feel like I tend to lean more opposite season so that I can have things ready
Okay.
for that next time. But I will say a lot of my stuff is, or a lot of my things in my stash are a lot more like bright colors. You
Hmm.
know, they kind of lean more springy type summery motifs and color palettes. So that is like mostly what I'm normally stitching
Yeah.
is summer. But I guess, it kind of depends. I know a lot of people are like kind of are really big into seasonal stitching, but I tend to, oh, that was my alarm. My daily Sunday reminder that I have set to clean my floors. Let's
Well,
ignore
good for
that for now.
you.
How many times do I
Get up and go clean them. I'm
mark
still
it
impressed you have an alarm set.
mark it done so even though I didn't do it, just so the reminder goes away.
it makes you feel any better. I did not hear an alarm, so I don't think it was
Okay, good.
heard.
Maybe I just heard it, but it was loud. Lost my train of thought.
Sorry. Some people are
Um,
like just seasonal stitch.
Seasonal stitch, yeah, but I just more often tend to just stitch like what I'm in the
You
mood for
want to
from my
stitch.
stash. Like
That's how I am.
I don't really care that much. Again, unless I'm trying to finish it for a specific
Hmm.
time of year or event that is happening. Other than that, I'm just like, oh, this strikes my fancy. Like, might be Christmas, might be a general holiday. I have, I think, like
Hmm.
one Easter egg, but honestly, it's just like kind of whatever I feel in the moment.
Yeah, that's how I am. It's mostly just on what I want to. Yeah, I'm just not. I mean, I was working on my Squatty Santa this Christmas, but that's only because I hadn't finished him since the fall. And I wanted to finish him, which I did. Yay.
But you did. Have you
I
sent them
did.
off yet?
No, I'm gonna do three more, so I'm gonna send them off at the same time.
Together.
Um, which God knows when that will be. I don't expect to have four Squatty Santas on my mantle this Christmas, and I'm
By
okay with
Christmas.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's mostly just what I want to. Yeah, I mean, no, I would not call myself a seasonal stitcher by any means. I stitch a lot of fall stuff in the late summer because I'm so sick of it being hot, and I try to get into the fall after I just complained about the cold. But after I just get so hot and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm just so excited for fall. I can't wait." And so I'll like grab maybe like something Halloween, um that kind of deal. And now that I have, you know, a baby on the way and we have our son, I'm doing a lot of projects like for them.
Yeah.
So like right now I'm still working on our son's tooth fairy pillow. And I just at this point I just want to kind of get that over and done with because I'm this sounds bad, but you kind of get sick of looking at things. And
Yep.
so and it's on the back of my mind. So I'm just like, I want to finish it, get it done. And that is something that I can just send off and he doesn't need it right away. Obviously, he's only 3, but we're getting his big boy room going. And so I'd love to
Ready.
have that
Yeah.
like, prepared and done. Um, so yeah, I would not call myself a seasonal stitcher by any means. It's a whatever I feel like stitcher.
Yeah. I'll say I do need more fall-y
Mm-hmm.
type canvas. I don't need anything. I have too
Right,
many.
right.
I would like some more folly type canvases. And I feel like a couple Halloween type things, I am more likely to stitch those in the fall time.
Yeah.
Because that just feels different to me. Like stitching Halloween in the summer, I'm like, I'm not ready for it yet. So
That's
I
like
am
when I
not
stitch it. I don't know why.
stitching.
I'm like obsessed with Halloween in this like late July. I did that Headless Horseman and I finished him in late July. And then I have the Boozy Bat that I'm working on. He's also a whip.
Oh yes.
I was working on him last summer. I just get so sick of being so hot that I just
So
like
sick of summer.
dream of being in the fall.
Yeah, I mean, I do love the fall, but I guess I'm not a huge Halloween person, although I feel like I
Hmm.
might need to become more of a Halloween person because my daughter does love spooky things and
Hmm.
spooky movies and all that. So I'm like, I guess I should like get a little more Halloween spirit in my
Yeah.
general repertoire and include some Halloween decor that is
I mean, I'm
needlepoint.
more like vintage Halloween. Like I got my Sleepy Hollow Village
Yeah,
from
that's
the
true.
90s that I was all excited about. It's not like we're watching like Saw at night kind of deal,
Right,
you know.
right.
And then my favorite,
Not that's gore.
yeah, okay,
There's
fair enough.
spooky and there's gore.
I do like, I don't know. I love Arsenic and Old Lace. It's that Cary Grant movie. I mean, it's an old one. It's an old movie. It's my favorite Halloween movie.
Lillian, you are 85 years old.
I know. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. It's amazing. It's actually based on a play. Anyway, um, huge fan. I love it. It's one of my favorites. And
I'm
I have a Raymond Crawford. It's on my wish list. So I'm allowed to buy it if I find it. It's a Raymond Crawford pumpkin forest, and it's like a vintage looking pumpkin. He's
Ooh,
amazing. He's fantastic, and I want it so bad. So I'm on the
that's
hunt for a
cute.
Raymond Crawford trunk show from somewhere.
If anyone hears
If
of
anyone
one,
knows of one,
let
please
us
let me
know.
know. Yeah, because I know of one store who had a trunk show, and I reached out to see if they had that specific canvas, and they did not. So still on the hunt. That's okay.
Um, wish list items like that, like a more white whale-esque wish list item. In case you didn't know, that does not count if you were on a no buying ban. Um,
You've already broken that like three
we don't make the
times.
rules. I did break. All right, I'm here to say I
What
did
does it
break,
matter?
I did break my no buying ban already. Um, in my defense,
Okay, let's
I
hear
I
it.
was I was at Savannah Needlepoint for a finishing class. Um, shout out to Savannah Needlepoint. I love them. It was very fun. But they had the Elm Tree Trunk Show,
Mm,
and I feel like I don't always see, at least like in all the stores that I've been to, I
their stuff.
that's not one that is as common in as many stores. I feel like
Hmm.
you do have to sometimes seek them out, and they have a lot of good character stuff, things like that. That's who did the Boba Fett ornament, the Star Wars ornament that I did for my husband for his Christmas ornament
Do
2024.
they do like the Rudolph series?
I am trying to remember what they have, but they have a lot of like Toy Story
Okay,
and
yeah, I believe that's the same
Star
group.
Wars and Harry Potter and stuff. And um I feel like I just personally have not seen it as much in stores. So since it was trunk show, it was on sale. And it was kind of an exception because that's one that is not as easily accessible. And to be fair, okay, I did buy two canvases. To be fair, one is the ornament for my husband this year. So like that is a gift. So that doesn't really count
Right.
because it's a gift for someone else. And like if I see that like a thing that I'm like, oh, that would be great, like I'm gonna buy it. Um, I did buy the ornament that I'm gonna make my mom for Mother's Day, but then there was the Harry Potter, the Sorting Hat on top of some of the books, and like I just don't really see that in stores that much. So I was
I
like,
know.
I should get it while it's here. Uh,
Listen, I'm a huge proponent of shopping at the local needlepoint stores. So
right,
I will
right,
give you a pass for not buying it online and shopping locally. So good for you.
right, and like something like a Harry Potter or
Yes, of
one of
course.
my interests or like my family's interest that is like a little more quote unquote timeless in terms of like, you know, we're watching the movies with our daughter. We're
Hmm.
hoping to start reading the books with her soon. So like that is something that like it would be fine if it sat in my stash for like a year. Like I don't need
Sure.
to switch it right away because it's not, I won't tire of it. So
Yeah. Like it's
that
a
I feel like makes
cultural
sense.
phenom, but it's not
Right.
like it'll still last.
Right. So, I don't feel bad, but I have
I'm
have
just
I
giving
bought
you the
anything
razz, you know that,
else?
right?
No, I
I don't
know.
care.
I'm trying to defend myself, even though I know that I broke my own rule that I came on
You
here and
did.
so adamantly was like, I am not buying anything until July. And now I'm here trying to like defend my like
Matthew was so proud of the rhyming too. When I
poor
said Kelsey's
habits.
doing a no buy July, till July, he was like, "Oh wow, that's nice."
I was just trying to make it like halfway through the year and it like kind of sounded good. Um, oh, I bought something from the Penny Lynn last chance sale because it was 40% off and because I have gotten a few of the Rachel Berry plates. I
Hmm.
don't know if I showed them last time, but she has these really cool plates. A lot of them are like a lot more like Italian, Grecian type style. And I
Hmm.
want to make a plate wall in my living room. And I thought it would be
Oh,
very
very
cool
nice.
to
Yeah.
include some needlepoint plates in there, like framed. So I have some of those. And then I found a round from AC Designs during the Penny Lynn last chance sale that is not a plate, but it is a round that is very like Italian tile type.
Hmm.
Just show it. And I was like, this could be a
Oh,
fun
very cool.
addition
Yeah.
to that because it's like a similar vibe. And it was 40% off. So I was like, it's for
Hey,
a
it's on
goal for my
sale. That's what
home and it's on
counts.
sale. So I'm playing fast and loose here with
Yeah,
with the
that's
no
okay. You don't have
buy
to explain
guys.
yourself to me.
Like anytime I can try and justify my poor behavior.
Whatever. Whatever.
Have you bought anything recently?
No.
Good job. Good
I
job.
bought some I went to the well, okay, oh my well, no, not really. I purchased a little kit for my son because he was really excited. I bought something at Forest Acres. She has sweet little beginners kits. So I bought him that. So that obviously doesn't count. And then I bought some thread that I needed and a bunka brush that I ended up
Okay.
not needing because I did not end up using turkey work on that Santa Claus, which is okay.
The trick workout.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Which I learned a trick. I have done turkey work before, but only on one other canvas, and it looked fine. It was on my stand-up fox that I've done. And I was texting my friend who is just so amazing at everything. And I was like, I don't know why this doesn't look so good. I used Bella Lusso. That's what I've been told to use. And she was like, well, did you only use one strand? And I was like, yeah, I just used one strand. And she was like, oh, girl, I pack the needle of just tons of strands. And then that's how it makes it more fluffy. And I was like, ah, now
Okay.
I know. Thank you so much. Because I was using one strand and I was like, why does this look as like my Santa Claus is balding? I don't understand. And that's why. So next time I try turkey work, I will know what to do in that sense.
That's funny. Okay, noted
Yeah.
because
I was just using one. I just didn't even know about it. So that's okay. And you learn everything as you go.
we're always learning and growing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of laughing right now thinking about how we were like, let's have a whole episode where we talk about seasonal stitching, and then both of us, and we clearly did not plan ahead, and we both come on here and we're
Oh,
like, we don't stitch.
I know, right? Well, I mean, I've seen lots of people. I've seen lots of I used to have that Galentine's party every year, and I probably would have gone a little crazy with Valentine's canvases if I still did my Galentine's party.
Wait, I didn't know you stopped doing it. That's really sad.
I know. Well, I mean, we all know how it started. I was 25, 26, and invited like 12 of my girlfriends over, and we started well, okay. We started just partying at like 12 o'clock and during the day, and it would last
Yes.
until we would go out to dinner at a nice restaurant and then continue on our party out and about. And now I can't do that, and neither can they. So, and then it turned
No.
into a nice, like, oh, beautiful, pajamas brunch. And I'd have to be
Yeah.
like, you guys, my kid is napping. Please,
Please
please
be
don't make any
quiet.
noise. And so last year it just, as slowly as January goes by, Valentine's comes that much quicker. And I just was not ready. And I was like, I'm not doing it this year. I don't want to. And same goes this year because I
I
am
mean, you're
with
pregnant.
child. So I don't feel like it. And I wouldn't be able to really enjoy myself anyway. So
Oh, it's like the end of an era.
I know maybe I'll pick it up again, and do it
But
something with like the kids, like a tea party or
again,
something.
it's hard. It's hard. Like we no
Yeah.
longer have all the luxury like of time to
Oh, I would
host.
take like 2 days off of work beforehand and decorate
Well,
and
and
just
you are like you're a very good hostess. And
you're
like
sweet.
at Christmas time, it's all always so nicely decorated. And for Galentine's, it was always so lovely and like
Thank
just like
you.
very cohesive. But like that takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work and I don't have time to go get my hair blown out before a party. I have to be like I mean like I think I wore my hair up like the last 3 years because I didn't have time.
Oh, how dare
I
you?
know, whatever. I did have those great pajamas though. That year we did pajamas.
Oh, you did. It was
Remember
very
those?
like Miss Patricia from Southern Charm
Yes.
vibes.
Thank you. Oh my
And
gosh. Thank you
I
so
mean,
much.
an icon.
Thank you. I'll
She's
find
an
a picture.
icon.
I'm gonna post a picture of that
Just
because
post this picture on our
I
Instagram.
will. They were red satin, everybody, with feathers. They were amazing.
It was excellent.
Um,
Excellent.
but I feel like if I still did that, I would. And also, I remember I keep my ornaments in a rose medallion bowl now in my dining room, but they were on my coffee table here. And one of our friends was like, "Oh, Lillian, is this your needlepoint?" And I was like, "I'm so glad you asked," and like
Yes.
force them to look at it and talk about it.
I do that in my house too. I'm like, I love to talk about it. We'll have friends. We have, you know, friends will just come over, hang out for like a baseball game, like
Yeah,
watch on TV, whatever, just hang out. And like,
sure.
if I'm just sitting on the couch and we're just like having a glass of wine and we're just sitting chatting, like I will be stitching.
I'm
I
gonna
don't care.
stitch. Yeah.
And my one friend, she was just like, I cannot believe how much time this takes. Like, this is crazy. And I'm like, yeah,
Welcome,
I
sister.
know. I know. I'll tell you what I did the other night. We are all over the place today,
I
but
know.
I love it. I
We're
like it.
stitching. It's
This is
Stitch Club
like
today. We're calling this a
Stitch
Stitch
Club.
Club episode.
Today is Stitch Club. Um, my we have neighbors down the street. They have two daughters. Their oldest daughter is like about a year younger than Kennedy, maybe 6 months. So the
Oh,
girls are
nice.
friends. We become friends with them. And she does crafty type things too. She's not a stitcher, but she does crochet. So she does and
Oh,
like
nice.
felt work and stuff. So she does other
Mm.
types of like needle and fabric crafts and whatnot. And the other week, she texted me and she was like, "Hey, my husband's gonna have a movie night with the girls. I think you should send my husband and my daughter to my house
Oh, fun.
and the dads can watch a movie with the kids and I'll come to your house and we'll drink wine." And I was like, excellent idea.
Done
Let's
and
do it.
done.
Sounds great. And I'm like, bring a craft because I will likely be stitching on the couch. So like it was just so fun. Just like
That sounds amazing.
we were like in our pajama, like because it was early. We
Hmm.
started early, like 5:15, 5:30,
That's
because like,
cocktail hour.
kids gotta go to bed. And
Yeah.
we just sat on my couch, no children around. I was stitching. She was making like felt hearts for her daughter had requested them for Valentine's Day.
Aw. Oh,
She
that's so
was like
cool.
felting. We were drinking wine and gossiping, and I was like,
This is
"We
what it's
made it.
about.
This is what
Yeah.
I love." Like, just like it doesn't matter like what craft we're doing or whatever. Like, I just find that so fun and just
Yeah.
being able to like hang out with your friends, like do your
Oh,
art, do your creative outlet, and gab and drink wine.
my mom used to have sewing weekends at their my parents' beach house that they would all pack up their sewing machines and they would go for like a whole week and just sew and quilt and do all kinds of things. And I was like, man, and needlepoint because there was a store down there at the time. Um, so I was like, golly, that's the life. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, and like more of this. I'm like, we should like I kind of want to post on we have a neighborhood Facebook group, um, which sometimes is very chaotic, but it can also be great. Um, but you kind of want to post like, does anyone just want to have like a craft night where we
Yeah.
all gather at someone's house, bring
I
your
would jump
art,
on that.
bring your art of choice, and like let's just hang out. So I think
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to like host like strangers in my house since we moved in. That sounds bad, but like we're still putting it
No, I
together and
mean,
whatever. And I'm like, I don't know if I like really want to be like inviting a bunch of people I don't know over, but I might succumb and make an exception and try and get like a little craft group in the neighborhood together. Cause
that's
I
oh, how fun. Like a book club, but a stitch club, but not
Right,
but like a craft club. Yeah. So
right,
like
because I don't want to
who
exclude
cares if you
anyone.
like collage out of magazines, do what you want, but bring it
Do
on
whatever you
by.
want, but I feel like that'd be
Yeah.
so fun.
Bring your adult coloring book. I don't care.
Right,
So
whatever you
fun.
want, because I don't think I have not met any other stitchers in the neighborhood, but I might be able to like sway some people. But
Yeah.
bring a
Why
crochet,
not?
bring a knitting, bring a whatever. Like,
That's what it's all about, is that sense of community. It's so fun.
yes.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
So
You should do it. Keep us posted
I'll keep you
on
guys
how it goes.
posted if I start my
And
neighborhood
if people
craft
are like,
club.
I'm good, you don't have to say
They're
anything.
like, okay, this girl is weird. Don't send
No
your
one took it
children
us
to
to.
learners.
No, I guarantee you you'll get
Whatever.
several takers on that because
Oh,
that sounds great.
yes. So that's something I think we're gonna try out this year, and
Yeah,
I'll
what a fun
keep
idea.
you guys updated.
You have to come up with a cute name and everything if it gets to that
Oh,
point. Don't kill
yeah,
yourself
you're
now.
right. I know, but that would be cute and fun. So we'll see.
Well, that's wonderful. That sounds like another goal. We should have just called this like seasonal stitching and more goals. That's okay.
I mean, I think this is a great like
This is a Stitch Club episode. It's
Stitch
totally fine.
Club-esque. If you want to just,
I'm not
I
even stitching. I'm just like staring at it.
I stopped. I did like
I do that
cou-
sometimes.
couple strands. I do that a lot too. I find myself doing that when I have a big background to fill, and I'll like stitch
Yeah,
a little bit, and then I'll just sit here and be like, okay, how much did
I
I
just
actually
stare.
get done? Or like, okay, how much longer is this gonna take? Um, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm just staring, not stitching, but
No, this was a perfect
what it
Stitch Club
is.
episode. So I hope everyone has enjoyed
I
hanging out with us.
yes, I feel like this is like a perfect ending. I hope you guys, this is kind of like what I look for in my podcast is like in the podcast that I listen to is just like as if I were hanging out with friends and talking. And I think that's
Yeah.
like what we like kind of wanted to do with this one. So
Oh, for sure.
hope you guys enjoyed or enjoy our just like our banter and hanging out
Yeah.
with us and stitching.
I know, it was so fun. And we'll come up with, not we will, I mean, we'll of course have a wonderful topic next time. And if anyone has any questions or thoughts, please always share them with us. And if you're a seasonal stitcher, please let us know.
Let us know. We'll post a little
Yeah,
poll on Instagram. Would love
that
to
sounds
see
so
if
fun.
how everyone feels about seasonal stitching or not. Or
Yeah,
not.
you could be like us and talk about it, but not do it. So do you also like to scuba dive? Because I don't. We can talk about that.
No, I do
No,
not.
absolutely not.
That terrifies me.
I know, right? No thanks.
All right. Well, thanks
All
for
right.
joining us,
Yeah,
guys, and
everybody,
we'll see you next
have a
time.
wonderful week.
Bye.